So you know how I'm a creature of habit. Today, first day of a new habit, boys. Or another way of saying I'm just completely out of sync. I'm all over the place, I don't know what I'm doing. I came into town today with Laura on the bus. And then we walked across town to work together. And then at lunchtime, I headed out for a little walk, but it was raining. I was gonna try and go to a bike shop to have a look at some bikes, because that's what I do these days. But it was quite rainy. I'm going to put you on wide mode so that I don't have to hold my arm out as far when I'm out in public. Although to be fair, wide wasn't too bad there, was it? So I was able to do that because I headed into work a lot later than normal. Today I'm doing 9 till 5:30. I normally do 8 till 4:30. I usually cycle. I'm bussing because after work I'm going to a chess club. I've got my chessboard in this bag and I now have about 2 hours to kill between now and well, finishing work and the chess club. So I need to find some dinner. Wednesdays are going to be a day now where, assuming I like this chess thing, start planning in two meals in town. So one packed lunch and one dinner. And yeah, so I'm kind of having a wander around trying to find something to eat right now, to be honest. Otherwise, today at work, I'm basically just a glorified, my job is to use MSN Messenger and just spin plates. That's basically what I'm doing today, but I feel like I've made a lot of progress. And people are singing my praises as well for what I feel like I'm not actually doing much, but I'm facilitating others, you know. My first preference for dinner is closed for the week for a staff holiday or some shit. So I was only going there for recommendations. I'd rather eat out if I can, even though it's a bit grey and miserable. I'm going to take a wander over to Cargo, see if there's anything interesting there that piques my interest. Otherwise I'm probably going to be boring and head back to Honest Burger, to be honest. I think sitting in a restaurant to eat on your own is something I'd rather do somewhere I know. I know the style in Honest Burger. I think I can get away with it more, you know what I mean? To be honest, I'm just killing time at this point, trying to make myself hungry. And like I say, this thing doesn't start till 7:30, so I've got ages. Yeah, balls to it. We're gonna go get a burger. I might hang around a little bit and then go. It's taking my fancy over there. I just also tried to do a like time-lapse thing. We'll see if it made the cut. I'm not sure if my video editing thing will chuck it out. My old GoPro used to do these hyperlapse things, but my automatic vlog script thing would just corrupt every time you tried to use one, so we'll see. I just thought I'd do an experiment, just see if it's the right file format and if it dies halfway through. Hopefully I remember to check before exporting it and fucking the video up. Just had a cracking burger. I've kind of got half hour to kill. It's not quite as nice weather as it was last Wednesday, so it's not quite lounge around in the park weather, but I'll go sit in the park with my book, maybe listen to a podcast for a bit, maybe oh yeah, so yeah, I've got back like half an hour and a bit. Don't want to get there too early, don't want to be the first one there. This becomes a lot less pleasant if I start doing this in winter. I mean, I could always go back to the office if it was like raining, to be honest. So right, here goes nothing. I'm doing this because I want to make friends and do things that aren't just sit at home on my own, you know. So we're gonna play chess with some random people, probably get my ass whooped in a pub. Chess is really like interesting. Like, to most people I'm not a beginner, you know. I'll whoop most beginners, but in the chess world I'm like a rank amateur, you know. I'm definitely in the like beginner rankings, but like Dad, for example, who he would think he is good at chess, would be like a 400 in my world, and I'm like an 800, which is like basic as shit. So we'll see. I'm excited. Just a smidge nervous. I'm really hoping we're sat inside, not outside. It's not that warm. My knees are going to be knocking. It's friggin' 9 o'clock, guys. What a dirty stop out. There was actually way more people there than I pictured. So I went to spy on that group last week with Laura, and there was only like 4 or 5 people by the time we left. But there might have been more people inside, and just some people were playing outside. Maybe that's what happened, because we were playing inside today, and there's loads. And I was talking to one of the guys I was playing with, and he said, yeah, usually, especially when the unis are back, there's like a good 30 odd, like most weeks. So today's a quiet day, and there must have been like 15 maybe. That was quite good fun. Lost 2 games, won 1, but it's difficult to tell whether or not I was allowed to win. Not that I didn't win on like my own credit, but like I don't know whether or not he could have beat me quicker and then let his guard down a little bit and then I got the mate in, and then got absolutely smashed. And the guy is like, initially apologized for his personality, because he's like, I don't know, but he said like, I just apologized for my personality ahead of time, and then halfway through his talking, he's like really fucking good, and he's like, yeah, to be honest, I'm not really thinking. And he's just fucking walking all over me. Holy smokes. Anyway, see, now it would be ideal if I could just hop on my bike and cycle back. It's 9 o'clock, it's nice and quiet. I just need lights for one, but I'm getting the bus, so I don't know when the bus is, but that was really good fun. Like I say, I'm not anywhere good enough for most of them. I think, like I say, the guy I beat is someone's dad, and he was like, oh, you should play my son, he sounds like he's about your level. But anyway, like I say, I don't know whether or not he let me win, but I felt good for winning. It felt like a good win. And I'm back. I left home at about 8 this morning, got back at about 10, waking up and going to the gym tomorrow morning at 5. My god. At the end of the day, if you want to have a social life, you want to have a social life, and you want to like do things outside of work, you have to sacrifice time to that. You know, none of this stuff comes free. I'm so used to like manipulating my time around, what's the word? So used to like manipulating my time around mornings and nights. Like, I sacrifice sleep to get things done. This kind of stuff is the kind of thing that you can't sacrifice sleep for, you know? So that's that. But I've had a cup of tea. It's a lot cooler than it has been. So what did I last do? I last went swimming, didn't I? Last night. God damn, I'm so busy. Monty, you look so dumb. No. Let me spread that over. Oh, can I have that back? Thank you. So I woke up this morning at 5:15, and I was like, you know what? I am not going to the gym. I stayed up too late last night playing chess like a bad man. And I'm like, you know, I'm so knackered. I've lost my ability to just like get up and go. I could have gone, you know, but my eyes are just fucked. Like, well, the size of the bags under my eyes in the morning are insane. So I've opted to, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow morning instead. Like I say, I'm trying new systems and routines. So maybe going to the gym for a long gym session in the morning on a Thursday doesn't make sense anymore. The whole reason I did long gym sessions on a Thursday has gone. Like, we used to have a meeting at 5 o'clock. So I was like, well, I have to start late. Now that meeting's gone, I don't need to start late. So yeah, I might rejig around to more of a Friday kind of guy, but I like Friday. I don't know, basically, I don't know. I need to figure out how things fit better now, because obviously I've got something weird on a Wednesday night, which, to be fair, makes sense to maybe do a gym Wednesday morning, Friday morning. So maybe I could do swim Tuesday. I want to try and still have 3 in the week and 1 at the weekend. That's my aim. I just need to figure out how to fit that in. I'm also not convinced if this chess thing is going to be a hobby that I keep for long. Like I say, I think that everyone there is a lot better than me. And there's only so much entertainment people can get by playing rookies when they're really good, you know? But this is already one of those days where I just spend all day in chats with people. It's madness, man. People just message me out the blue about stuff. And then like, that's it, that's what I'm focusing on now. I kind of feel a bit bad. We've had like 2 new people like join / 1 full person and 1 like temporarily joining our team. And like, I tried to set up we had a meeting that was going to be cancelled. And I tried to set up like in the meeting, I was like, well, we don't really have anything to talk about. Like, if anyone wants to just hang and have a chat, they can. And then everyone just kind of like went, oh no, well, we'll just meet up in like 15 minutes or whatever. So no one hung and chatted. So anyway, so I started a chat with these guys, just being like, sorry, I tried to set up an informal chat there. Clearly didn't work. How's it going? How are you settling in? That kind of thing, you know? And that's kind of snowballed into them asking me some questions. And like, I just had like an informal catch up with them, because they have like goals that they need to hit by the end of the week. And I was like, that question you just asked that you need to answer by the end of the week is a little bit complicated because of who we are. Like, it's basically like, what's our team's like mission? Let me give you a brief overview of stuff. tell me to shut up if I'm going too far or going too fast or whatever, just ask questions or whatever. And I had like an hour session talking to them and them asking questions. The problem is, Ed in our team has been assigned as their like kind of looker-afterer as part of his like kind of career progression. And I feel like what's turned into me starting an informal chat and trying to have informal chats is turning into me stepping on his toes quite drastically. I'm being selfish because I want to get them involved in the authentication work that I'm doing, because I want some like new people in to ask dumb questions. You know what I mean? Like I've said to them, like the best thing you can do is ask questions. If you think it's dumb, it's not dumb. Like if you're like, why is no one thinking about this? The sooner you ask the question, the sooner we find out why. You know, but yeah, I feel at the end of that session I was like, oh shit, I feel like they're asking me like a lot of questions that probably Ed is going to talk to them about at some point. And now, yeah, so I was just like, I'm kind of annoyed with myself, to be honest with you. I've kind of walked, but I mean, like if you were in an office, you wouldn't have like one remote person allocated to help you, would you? You'd have like everybody. You'd just like spend time with different people in different teams. And it just so happened that I'd set up a session tomorrow to talk about the thing that I'm looking after. And I set up a quick session today, and then we started talking about random stuff, you know. Finished at work, I've done a little bit of shopping. Got some basil, very exciting. Laura is getting on a bus at like past, so I've got some time before I need to cook some din-dins. I am going to go on my computer and try and figure out what kind of bike I'm going to buy, god damn it. Oh, I got turned around to do something, I don't know what it was. Forgotten what it was. Shopping for things on an iPad is like good. It's like quite like fun to do while you're watching TV. I remember I was going to see how long dinner took. When you just need to do some hardcore research, you just have to put all of your tabs up. You have 2 screens. And you need to be like, right, we need to filter down the choices here, boys. Prep 10, cook 30. Swag. So I've got 25 minutes. I do not seem to be able to cook a gnocchi without just like cremating it to the bottom of a pan. I am on the market again for some shoes. I want some shoes effectively for holiday, right? They're a bit like these ones where you just like chuck them on. And I bought some of Laura's, obviously men's size, Tom's. I tried them on with socks and they were fine, and then I tried them on without socks, which is how I'm going to wear them. And my problem is I have really like flipper feet. They're like quite really long, but they're like flat, you know? There is like some room in that bloody thing, so I have to send them back. And I don't know what to do, basically. Because they fit, that's the problem. But like the shape of them, that's why I wear Converse, because like that long, thin foot thing works for me. I really don't want to buy the Allbirds ones, but I also think they're my best bet. But they're so much money for what I want them for. Oh my gosh. My little man, he's put in a work shift for me. Good lad. I am a useless waste of space. That's what I am. I did not go to the gym this morning. I woke up, my watch woke me up, and then I was waiting for my alarm on my phone to go off to get out of bed to go to the gym. And I fell to sleep, so missed it. Not very impressed with that one, to be honest with you. What else? Then we had a standard standard Friday, working, talking to people, unblocking people on stuff. Loads of good fun. Collaborating with so many people at the moment. There's just so many different teams coming to me for help. It's quite good fun. In the afternoon, Mr. Monty, which is why he's on. Well, he's not why he's there. We took Monty to the vet, which was weird. I've never been inside the vet before, because obviously we got Monty during COVID, so they've always had like lockdown procedures. So I went in and he's looking at me while she's like checking his teeth and like checking his heart rate and stuff. It's just a checkup, and he's looking at me like, how could you fucking do this to me, Jimmy? So that was cute. And then otherwise I've literally spent so long today trying to find a bike. I just can't decide. I need to step away for a while and then look again later. Played a bit of Halo, watched a shit Netflix film. We'll go to bed. Got an exciting day tomorrow though. You guys, there's a wave pool, a place called The Wave in Bristol. It's like a big outdoor wave pool. There's like 2 halves of it. and I've like kind of always wanted to go. I feel like I like surfing. I think I've been once officially, tried to go loads of times, but been once where I finally managed to hire a board. There was like no waves, you know, it was like nothing. It was the worst worst day you could possibly go, but it was the only day I have gone. So I enjoyed it though. And then this wave pool opens, and then COVID hit, and then I've been so excited to go. And Laura got me some tickets for my birthday, and we finally like organised to go. And it was sick, dog. So we like went out there. We had like half an hour land session teaching you how to do it. I thought that being able to longboard would be an advantage, because like the foot stance is basically the same. You're a little bit more like leaned in when you're surfing, supposedly, than obviously you are on an electric longboard. But the problem is, like, I had to unlearn a load of muscle memory from longboarding, because you push off with your back leg. Like, you push with your back leg, so you plant your front leg. No, it's back leg first. So like the first couple of times I went, you like kind of go up, then the waves start, and then you kind of go off in pairs, and then you come back up again, wave go, etc. I kept like putting my front leg first because I'm used to setting that and then pushing. Oh man, but I had an absolute hoot. I actually have some like odd holidays, like spare days that Laura doesn't have, so I might just book some days. She enjoyed it as well, but I really enjoyed it. But yeah, next time I go Cornwall or go to the seaside, I'm going to be eager to surf. And I think now, because we've done it somewhere relatively safe, and like I think my best, I stood up for about 5 seconds, baby. Oh yeah. But that's like the whole wave, you know? So like I felt like the whole distance of the wave, I caught the whole thing. I was well chuffed with myself. I did that like once. So yeah, it was really good. Did that for an hour. I don't think Laura expected it to be as physically demanding. She was knackered by the end of it. But I think it's like a combination. I didn't really find it that difficult to do. But firstly, I'm like big. I had a 9-foot board, which felt too big to me. I think a smaller board would have been better. But so obviously I'm like tall, so I can like kind of thingy. But I think there's something about being used to water where I'm just better at like cutting through water, or even if not swimming, but like walking in water than most people are. Because everyone was like knackered, and I'm like, come on guys, let's go. Genuinely really enjoyed it. Definitely going to be keen at seeing if we can surf in the sea next time we go to the seaside, and definitely going to go back for maybe more lessons, maybe one more lesson, and then maybe a couple of like beginner sessions before we start like getting better. I need to get a little bit more stable for thingy, but definitely like stable enough to go and do it in the sea and not be as scared. So I think previously we've either not been able to book them, like because they're just not there because there's shit waves, or they're shit waves and I've gone in, or they're like not like on the grand scheme of things bad waves, but I've gone, oh, that's a bit scary because I don't know what I'm doing, you know. I'm pumped about it, boys. Anyway, we came back. We have sat in the garden for a little bit. I've been doing some cleaning. Laura's doing some gardening. I'm a keen bean, so looking about. What am I doing in this room? What am I doing in here? I am eager beaver to get on with to get back in the water. And like I say, I've got a couple of days holiday, so I might just like book off a random Tuesday or something and go surfing in the middle of the day instead of at the weekend where it might be a bit quieter. Maybe a little bit cheaper as well. It's quite expensive. Well, it's not when you consider like what you're getting. It's obviously expensive compared to just rocking up to the beach and just doing it. But you're also renting a wetsuit, renting your surfboard, and having a teacher and a guide, you know? And you've got like an hour of guaranteed waves. So like when you consider all that, I think it's actually relatively well priced. But 10 out of 10, would do again, would recommend to anybody. Even if you aren't good at things like skateboarding or surfing or snowboarding. Big fan. Will do again, like I say. We're going on holiday soon, and I'm really hoping, really keen, and I doubt it, that there'll be some kind of surfing there. But I strongly doubt there will be. I think it's going to be more snorkeling, which I'd prefer it to be snorkeling than surfy, to be fair. But because I prefer there to be fish and corals than surfing. But if there is, I'll be happy either way. Otherwise, this weekend, not a lot has been done. Been relatively chill. Did a load of cleaning and stuff yesterday. Bit of cooking as well. Yesterday we cooked something good. Laura did a lasagna today, which took like a lot of time. But otherwise, relatively chill weekend. We had no plans apart from surfing. I went to the gym this morning. I feel like I'm kind of out of sync of the gym a little bit, but I think it's a case of part of my brain is like, I need to fit as much gym in as possible because I'm going to go on holiday. The other part of me is like, what's the point in doing all of this now because I'm going to be off for 2 weeks, you know? So I did some treadmill. I ran a bit harder than I should have done and then tired myself out. I couldn't be bothered to do any rowing, couldn't really be bothered to do any weight stuff. So I just like did some things that I think are fun rather than actually doing something. And then came back here, had breakfast, went to post office, chilled. I've been doing a little bit of programming, trying to get my vlog script up and running. It's kind of a good thing that it's kind of a bit, it's not broken. I could export some more videos, but being behind is a good thing when I'm about to go on holiday. So it's less obvious I'm on holiday. I mean, I'm probably going to tweet something while I'm out there, but apart from that, yeah, that's about it, to be honest. Pretty standard, boring weekend. We have quite a different week coming ahead though. Normally I gym Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. This time I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So every single day is different in some way. So let's enjoy. Monday morning, ladies and gentlemen. Went for a swim this morning. I kind of forgot how good it was swimming on a Monday. For some reason, I guess I always went to the gym on a Tuesday and swam on a Tuesday. But everyone swims on a Tuesday. Monday, it was just me and literally 2 of us in the pool. It was great. Smashed through 2,300 meters, I think, in the end. And it was just, I did like breaststroke front crawl, did a couple of these IM medley things. You do like butterfly front crawl. So you do like the IM medley, but going out and do front crawl back. So it's butterfly front crawl, backstroke, front crawl, breaststroke, front crawl, front crawl, front crawl. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I'm back, I've had breakfast, I've been going through messages and stuff, trying to figure out what I'm doing. It's the last day of the sprint, and I think people are back from holiday now. I think I need to grab their time and unblock some things. I've got a load of things that are kind of like in a blocked state, and I want to stop that. We're coming up to the end of a sprint now. It's always a little bit like, what's going on? Kind of thing. Like you're trying to like tie things in a nice pretty little bow. Sometimes you're like struggling to find out what you should do next. I've got like 8 things in flight at the moment and I'm like, right, they're all blocked. I need to pick what I think is most important and like unblock it. It's a little bit overwhelming. It's a bit like, I don't know what the fuck to do. So I'm making a cup of tea. So people always message me when I'm trying to have lunch and then I end up having to like leave. Look at this. Just heard it ding. And I go upstairs because for some reason sometimes it doesn't just send me the notification to my phone. Anyway, other times I've got to look at stuff. Obviously in this scenario we've been trying to we had a load of stuff that was blocked, so like granted I'm waiting for some things to come back, you know? There's loads of things that I need other people's help on, granted. But then why? They've messaged me over lunch, which is fine. So I go upstairs, respond, get a load of information that I think they need, and then they don't respond to me. Why do you message me at like 1:05 or 1:10, and then disappear? And then as soon as I come back downstairs again, message me. Look at this, gang. I've got a rollable chessboard for chess club. Look at that. Now I don't need to take my stupid square chessboard with me to the chess club. I've been trying to roll it out so that it's less bendy. It lifts at the edge, obviously because it rolls, but the pieces aren't heavy enough. It's very cheap. It's cheap and portable, mate. What more do you want? Alright then, gang, it's bedtime. I need to end this video here. I don't need to. I could go tomorrow as well, but relatively standard Monday. Watched the penultimate episode of Better Call Saul. Pumped for the final, which I'm probably going to watch tomorrow. Assuming I have enough time before Laura gets home, but I should do. Standard Monday, apart from the fact I went swimming this morning, so shopping, etc. And we are not going to the gym tomorrow, so it's gonna be weird because it's a Tuesday, but it's a different Tuesday to any other Tuesday I've done for a long time, so we'll see. So thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me, what are you doing? Hi. Oh, also today end of the day, it was one of those things where like it'd be better for me to spend 15 minutes bullet pointing the most important things for me to do tomorrow than it will be to do 15 minutes of work. Because god damn, I've got a massive list. I need to prioritise it. And tomorrow I'm going to start chipping through that list. Probably from here. I think it's going to be raining, but if it's dry, I'll cycle. But I don't think it's going to be dry. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.